you know, it had been an ammo dump at Bangor, so one of our members, Mary Gleistein, who lives on that side of the water, had done actions during Vietnam sitting in front of the ammo trains when they came in. So there was already a history of actions, kind of almost aside from the PLC people beginning to gather and meet about Trident coming. And I mean, it was a pretty big, you know, there were Poseidons and so on coming in and out from Keyport and so on. So the train history was kind of already there, and the missile motors had started to come in. So the parts of the missile system were coming in to the base. In December, after the blockade, Jim noticed a lot of security people, much more than for a missile motor train, and they were Class A explosives. I mean, they were kind of dangerous shipments. And people had done civil disobedience around those trains. But he noticed a lot of security people, really a lot of security people, gathering. So he walked out and he knew some of the people, and he said, got more guys than usual, and started chatting with them, and he had his little camera, and I said, oh yeah, got a train coming in, and it was the first white train, and nobody knew. Came all the way from Amarillo, Texas, where the triggers are put into the warheads, and the train had been moving for 20 years. It was painted white. It was all white. It's awesome. And all of a sudden this train came down the tracks, and of course Jim had been watching trains for years, and he'd never seen anything like this train. And the fire chief for Seattle was sitting at Ivar's, and it came the northern route, so it came right through Seattle. And he saw the train, and he said, he was having lunch, and he said, what the hell is that? You know, what is that train? It's all white. Why is it white? What kind of a white train is that? So he did his own thing, and the government and the Bangor submarine base and others were told in no uncertain terms that that train was never to come through Seattle again. Oh, would that it had. Oh, would that it had. Now, my numbers could be wrong, but it's about 180 warheads, I believe, per train. Each 8 to 12 times the explosive force of a Hiroshima bomb. That train came in almost invisibly, except for the fire chief in Seattle and Jim Douglas at Bangor. And so then we began, the community grew along the tracks, all the way along the tracks to Amarillo, to watch for the trains. And then there were 3 possible routes, so you had to watch, people had to watch at all the different places so that we would know. They'd pull into sidings on Native American reservations and wait, hopeful that the watchers would stop watching them. And so there were, I mean, there are wonderful stories along the tracks. So that built the campaign across the country